Hello, Professor Durham. My name is Roshan Brown. I'm a senior civil engineering major from Vicksburg, Mississippi. Normally, when the topic of school come up, I'm often asked, "Well, what is your major?" And I, of course, respond, "Civil engineering." And people often wonder, "Well, what is civil engineering?" Civil engineering is a professional engineering discipline, and we deal with the planning, the design, the construction, and the maintenance of both physical and naturally built environment. Um, This could, of course, could be roads, bridges, dams. We also deal with systems such as roadways, highways, sewage systems, and airports. Civil engineering is a general engineering study. It can be broken up into different specializations such as environmental, geotechnical, and structural. Of course, me being a senior, have already taken class in each one of those specializations. Um, An example of an environmental problem could possibly be like flooding. If it was to rain for a long period of time and I was to design a sewage system, um, the sewage system should be able to drain that water just as fast as it is coming in. If it doesn't, then that could lead to flooding. Then that would be an environmental problem from a civil engineering standpoint. If I was a structural engineer, I of course would deal with the buildings or blueprints of buildings, structures, bridges, and things of that nature. If I was a geotechnical engineering specialist, I would deal with the soil. We would deal with the soil underneath those buildings and different structures that we are building. Um, you wouldn't want to build a structure and then the soil could possibly fall from underneath the soil, the the building, such as mudslides or things of that nature. Of course, we would have to put in steel rods inside the ground, which would support the structure. Um, and as civil engineers, we work alongside architects, technologists, and other industrial professionals. Um, the requirements for a civil engineer, we of course have to get a bachelor's degree in civil engineering. And once we do this, we have to take an exam to get our state license. The exam that I would be taking would be called the FE exam. Um, Civil engineers are very high paid. Is a very high paid profession. The median salary, according to according to PayScale.com, the median salary as of October 2016 was an average of $63,000 per year. The high 10% were paid around roughly $23,000 a year, and the low 10% was paid roughly around $52,000 a year. Um, if you normally, if you specialize in a particular field, such as I explained before with the environmental, geotechnical, and structural engineering, if I was to specialize in one of these, that is normally associated with a higher rate of pay, or that 10% that I was just referring to. Also associated with the high 10% or the higher rate of pay would be something such as project management. And me being a civil engineer and civil engineering being a general study, if I was to get my degree in civil engineering and I was to go pursue a master's degree in environmental, geotechnical, and structural, I could. Also, because civil engineering is a general study, if I was to go off and pursue something else such as chemical engineering, I could also do that. That is one of the reasons that I chose to be a civil engineer, because of the flexibility, and I could possibly I could do more things with a civil engineering degree than most others because of that general study. And another reason I chose to be a civil engineer, because I'm not sure that I want to stay in Mississippi for much longer. And I know bigger states have a higher demand for civil engineering due to the population difference, due to the demand for different structures, different more highways. So the demand for civil engineer will be larger in a larger state. So I would consider moving to a large state such as Texas. I also have a personal aid. My printer was acting up, but I do have a chart. So according to this chart, Texas and other big states do have a higher demand for civil engineers, which would be the reason that they have more civil engineers. And that will be my presentation. I hope it was very informal, and I'd like to thank you.